Welcome to another episode of Questions Are Answers. And today we're going to be talking about why most of us feel so just unhappy with our lives. Like, why can we never just be content? Why can we never be at peace? And we'll just dive right into the episode. So, the main reason why we always feel unhappy is because we make our happiness conditional. And what that means is that we're always saying we'll be happy when this happens, or I'll only be happy after this happens. So when we say that, I'll only be happy after I achieve this goal, or I'll only be happy after I make this money, or I will be happy once I buy that dream house, or have that dream job, or start my business. What we're doing is making our happiness, our current present happiness, conditional, and we're sacrificing that happiness for something that will be in the future, which we all know doesn't exist yet. And that's the main reason why we feel so unhappy, is we're sacrificing our present happiness for some future potential happiness. What's crazy is that you've lived this multiple times over and over and over again. When you set a goal, you accomplish it, you feel really good in that present moment for maybe, I don't know, a couple minutes, maybe a couple hours, or a day max. And then the very next day, when you have to start and do it again, you create another goal that you have to then strive for and desire towards. And that again creates that gap that, oh, I'm happy, but then now I'm not happy because I have to reach that other goal that I just set. And so the finish line keeps moving. And that's how life is. Like, it's going to keep moving. There is no constant. There is, like, other than, change is the only constant there is. But if we keep placing our happiness on, hey, I'll only be happy when I achieve this specific goal, then the whole entire time that we're chasing that goal, it will be really miserable. And so that's really what I wanted to talk about today. So how do we break this cycle of constantly chasing? The first step is really just to understand that happiness comes from within, and it's not coming from external things. If we base our happiness on external things, whenever that external thing leaves, let's say we do accomplish it or do receive it, which most people don't get what they want anyway, but let's say that we do bring into our lives what we do want and that does make us happy, as soon as that thing leaves, our happiness leaves with it. And that's not what we want to do, is, base our happiness on things that can come and go. That's why we're always going on that roller coaster of emotions, of happiness, sadness, happiness, sadness. If we want to break that, the way out is actually in. So look within yourself. If you find happiness within yourself, that's something that no one else can take away. And I think I have a quote somewhere that I wrote down and started writing in my book. And it went along the lines of something like this, where whatever you receive from the external world can always be taken away, but what you give to yourself can never be taken away. So give yourself the happiness that you've been looking for. Tell yourself the things that you've been wanting to hear from other people. Give yourself the love that you've been waiting for other people to give you. And that's the way that you become happy in the present moment, instead of waiting for other people, other things, external circumstances to make you happy. So when you find all of this within yourself, that is true happiness. And what that is actually unconditional happiness. It's happiness no matter what happens outside. That is true freedom. That is true joy. And the best part is that nobody can take that away from you, because you created that within yourself and you found it within yourself. So it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what happens in the world. It doesn't matter, like, all crazy circumstances going on. You'll still be happy because you found that within yourself. So do that, please. Just for the sake of your own happiness, stop looking outside and begin looking in. And it's not too difficult to do, right? It's like simple, but it's not easy. But the way to start is really just taking time for yourself. Most of us are always going about our lives frantically and trying to get things done. And we're always looking at our to-do lists and emails and texts and phones and all of this. But when you take time for yourself and really just sit and do nothing really, so that you can create this space, that's when you can begin to feel the happiness that is already inside of you. It's already here. The joy is already here. The contentment, the fulfillment, the peace. It's always here. We just don't create enough space for it to come up within us. And so begin doing that. Take time for yourself in the morning. Meditate, pray, do yoga, whatever type of practice that you do. Typically, it's some sort of thing in the spiritual line, like the things that I mentioned, but take time for yourself to create that space and begin feeling that happiness inside. Begin looking there instead, and it will show up every single time, undoubtedly. And so that's all I have for this episode. I really do hope that this helped you guys. Sorry that I haven't been posting in the past couple of weeks. I just got caught up in a lot of things, family, vacations, all of that good stuff. But we're back now, and I do hope that you enjoyed this episode. I'll do my best to keep this thing going. And if you follow me on all of my other social channels like Instagram, TikTok, which will be in the description down below, I post on there a lot more frequently. So if you want, more of this type of content more often, I would go check out those handles. I believe it should be down there. It's like This Is Joseph or something like that on Instagram, and then Joseph_win is my TikTok handle. So thank you guys so much for sharing your time with me. It is the most valuable and precious resource that you have. So I do not take it lightly that you are here, and I know that you're here for a reason. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. I love you all.